What's up, everybody? This is Ed once again for another update here on the Blood Type Online YouTube channel, and this is part 3 of our look into a company for our company Spotlight of Troma Entertainment. The first two films that we talked about, Story of a Junkie and obviously Blood-Sucking Freaks, are extremely different from the movie I'm going to be talking about right now. The movie that I'm going to talk about right now is a movie that people might know under another title, under the title Fanatic. It's a movie from 1982. Actually, Troma is releasing a brand new special edition of the DVD on May 19th that people might want to check out. They actually sent me a screener copy. Thank you very much to the folks at Troma. And also, basically wanted to give you guys a rundown on what the DVD is and what the movie is. So, first off, check it out. This is the cover of the DVD, the brand new DVD, by the way, from Troma. May 19th, by the way, it comes out. But basically, the reason why this movie is so well known is because of another movie. In 1980, Bill Lustig made a movie called Maniac, which many horror fans know, and it's a great movie. And it featured Joe Spinell in a lead role, basically playing a man named Frank Zito, who is completely nuts. Different type of serial killer kind of a movie. Some people consider it a slasher film, even though I don't. But basically what happened was the movie was pretty successful. The original producers wanted to follow up on kind of the success of Maniac, and basically went to Joe Spinell and kind of built this project. Around the time, in 1982 or 1981, whenever they made this, basically Carolyn Munro and her husband, who was the producer on the movie, I believe, at the time, just wanted to go to Cannes and have a good time, and basically they did that. But when they were there, they were making this movie. All this is explained a little bit further in detail on the DVD by Bill Lustig, actually, which is very cool. But the movie basically consists of a man played by Joe Spinell. His name's Vinny in the movie. A guy who's just dreams about film and wants to make a movie. And he wants to make a movie with Jana Bates, who is Carolyn Munro's character. She's a major actress. And he has these fantasies in the movie about making movies with her, and obviously he's not too well put together. And what happens is he basically wants her in the movie so bad, he decides to follow her to the Cannes Film Festival. In the movie, there's a lot of footage shot at the Cannes Film Festival, and it includes people like, there's actually footage in the movie, too, of these people, and they're not credited. But like Karen Black's in the movie real quick. It filmed at Cannes. Also, there's a couple other actors in the movie as well, but she was the one that really stuck out when I watched the movie. But a lot of it seems like they didn't kind of know what kind of movie they were going to make, and a lot of stuff was shot and pieced together like after the fact. But the fact of the matter is, to be honest with you, I was kind of surprised because I had heard about this movie for years. And I'd heard by some people that had seen it that it wasn't too great. And it's nothing special, to be honest with you. But the thing is, the movie is pretty cool due to the fact that it's basically Joe Spinell playing kind of a character like he did in Maniac. Character's a little bit different, but it's still kind of like the on-screen madman kind of role that Spinell was great at. And another thing about the movie that I thought was pretty cool is the story is kind of self-explanatory. You're just kind of following the steps of this Vinny character and his chase to go, meet and get Jana Bates, I think that's her name, Jana Bates, Carolyn Munro anyway, in his movie. And you see him going through this whole process and the things that are going through his mind and everything, and he looks like a pretty disconnected human being. And there's some cool scenes in the movie, actually, where the two characters of Vinny and Jana basically come together, and it's a really creepy experience, and it's a pretty couple cool scenes in the movie like this. But on top of it, the one thing that I was not expecting is kind of the strange ending that this movie has. And I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to tell you guys what happened. But the movie was kind of growing on me at first, like I was liking what was going on. And then after a while, it was a little bit dry, and I was kind of like, what's going on here? But by the time the end comes around, I really was back into the movie again. It was a really cool experience, and I did enjoy the movie. It's certainly no Maniac, but I think fans of Joe Spinell will definitely want to check this one out. But mainly, the reason why I'm bringing this up too is because of the DVD. Now this is the cover once again of the DVD. And the thing is, the DVD actually has a lot of cool stuff on it, which is another thing that I wanted to talk about here in this video. The actual DVD comes with audio commentary from Joe Spinell's best friend. Also, there is a half-hour documentary on here. Well, not really a documentary, but kind of a sit-down with his best friend as well, with some interesting stories about Joe Spinell and what have you. And also, there is another thing that I know Joe Spinell fans are going to really enjoy here. But if you've ever heard of Maniac 2, or it's also known as Mr. Robbie, it's a short film. It was made by Buddy G, the guy who made Combat Shock. And that's actually included as a special feature on the disc, which is very cool. There's the interview that I talked about earlier with Bill Lustig. There's the theatrical trailer, Joe Spinell filmography, some other Troma extras that you've seen on their other discs, and of course an introduction from Lloyd Kaufman. But the thing that I wanted to tell everybody about, obviously, this retails for only $14.95. You definitely find it cheaper somewhere on the net for sure. It's worth picking up for Spinell fans just because of the documentary and stuff. The movie, obviously, if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth checking out, I think. It's not anything that's going to blow your mind. It's another pretty good acting performance by Joe Spinell. And the movie definitely has a weird flavor to it, with a lot of it being shot at Cannes. That's something that I really enjoyed, actually. And it's fun watching Joe Spinell ham it up, because they knew, basically, his friend and him would go out and film scenes during the day at Cannes, or at night. And they apparently had some really wacky stuff that they had done. And some of it's some completely ballsy stuff by Joe Spinell. I mean, walking on the red carpet and, like, waving and stuff. And they're doing it after somebody had just passed, which is actually a pretty intelligent way of filming something, if you think about it. So the movie's interesting in that fact. Carolyn Monroe's character is basically in the background. She's not really she's a main character, but there's not a ton of screen time for her. She looks great in the movie, obviously, but, you know, it's kind of just another opportunity to see another Joe Spinell film that's in the vein of Maniac. But the money here is the DVD. If you're a fan of Joe Spinell, you're going to want to check out the stuff on the DVD, and I highly recommend it for that. The movie is okay, but, you know, it's worth having in your collection if you're a fan of Joe Spinell. And I know that Troma actually gets a lot of crap about their DVDs, and some of them rightfully so. But I have to say that since Troma kind of like refocused what they're doing, and they're putting out a lot of different versions of movies and stuff, and this is the first time I believe this has been available on DVD. But they put together a pretty impressive little package here. I'd say it's a really good DVD, especially if it's retailing for only $14-15. You'll definitely, like I said, find it cheaper. Check deepdiscount.com. Check around the net, but I'm sure you'll find it cheaper. But I would have to recommend this one. I really liked it, and I wanted to talk about it on here too because I think it's a different kind of a Troma movie. A lot of people kind of associate Troma with a lot of cheese and schlock, and rightfully so. There's a lot of movies in the catalog like that. But through the series that I'm doing right here for Troma, I'm trying to show the different side of that. And I hope I'm doing that. It seems like from the comments I'm receiving on the pages and everything that everybody enjoys it. So I thank you guys so much for that. Thank you for the comments and your input. And keep checking out the videos. And also I wanted to tell you guys to check out a couple other people that have YouTube channels and sites. Check out gutmunchers.com. And obviously I'm part of their podcast over there, The Gut Munchers Show, so that's very cool. So check their YouTube page out. Check them out at gutmunchers.com, as well as my good friends over at Slasher Club, and you can check out their webpage at slasherclub.com, and also check out their YouTube page as well. If you go into my friends' little box that they have at the bottom, all those guys are in there as well. Check out deadpit.com, some more friends of ours at Blood Type, and check out their YouTube videos as well. Those guys do cool stuff, so obviously check out all their stuff. We're a big old happy family here in the horror community, and that's the way that we like stuff. So also check out good friend Goreboy, who has a channel on here. He's a great podcast as well that I'll be helping out with very soon in the near future. And, you know, that's about it. So check out, one more time, The Last Horror Film from Troma, May 19th. And I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But anyway, I'm Ed Demko for the Blood Type Online YouTube channel. Thanks for checking out the videos. Keep the comments and everything coming. If you have any suggestions as well, you can also email them to bloodtypeonline@gmail.com. So thanks, and obviously, go watch some movies.